His Excellency President William Ruto, the President of Kenya, Their Excellencies, the Presidents, Heads of State and Government who are here, all the other leaders of delegations, the members of the diplomatic corps, and everybody who is listening. I have been actively involved in the struggles for Africa for now 64 years. I'm not counting the earlier years when I started following the events in the world, because I remember 1956, the Suez crisis. But when I was actively involved, it's now about 64 years. Now, during this time, along the way, our movement came to distill what we thought is the problem in political management. The problem we distilled was, in the same way as there is medicine for human beings, where you have a doctor, and the doctor has patients. This doctor must accurately diagnose the sicknesses of his patient. If he makes a misdiagnosis, the patient will not be healed, and he may even die. Now, in the same way, as we have diagnosis and prescription in medicine, we need socio-economic doctors. If you want to be a manager of human society, you must be careful about the socio-economic diagnosis. Because all these crises you see, they are caused by that, by misdiagnosis. Now, in the case of Africa here, by the 1960s, mid-60s, our student movement had sort of started asking the right questions. And when we looked at our society here in Africa, the question was, what is the sickness here? What is the problem? Some people are saying the tribes were the prescription, tribes, religion. But if the tribes are the answer, then why the tribes are there? The tribes are there, the clans are there. Then what is lacking? Because those are there. But the problems are also there, as you heard our leaders saying. Therefore, in our humble way, we came by 1965, we had come to the conclusion that the main sickness in Africa, certainly in Uganda, was lack of prosperity. Lack of prosperity. umasikini. That was the main deficiency, if you want to talk in medical terms, in these societies. Now, if prosperity is the main deficiency, what then is the prescription? Because when you talk about tribes, when you talk about religion, when you talk about all that, they are not answering the issue of prosperity. And they are there. They are there. So, zipo. Kwa hiyo, tunakosa nini? Kwa sababu hivi vyote vipo. Makabila yapo, madini yapo, gender issues, wanawake wapo, vijana wapo. So what is lacking? That's why we said what was lacking was prosperity. Prosperity means to have enough food, have good shelter. You can describe it. Education, health. But in order to get prosperity, if that is the main deficiency, what do we need to get it? Now, there was a lot of waste of time on the issue of how to get prosperity. Foreign aid, I don't know what. All that cannot bring prosperity, according to what we discovered. We discovered that in order to ensure prosperity, in Uganda for sure, each adult must engage in the production of a good or a service. Lazima kila mtu ajumulishe kwenye uzalishaji wa mali au huduma. Kila mtu mzima lazima ajishughulikishe. Swahili yangu ni ya kule na kule ya kuomba matoke, sio kama ya pwani. So, if you produce a good or a service and you sell it, but in Uganda we add something else. So when you produce a good or a service, you must do so with echibaro. Echibaro is our Bantu word for hesabu au uchambuzi. Because there is also that problem. Watu wanaweza kuzalisha mali bila uchambuzi wa kutosha, they will not get out of poverty. But the good word for the Bantu is echibaro in our area there. I don't know how they say it in Okubara. Okubara, will it be there to count? Is this there in Luya? Kubara. You say Kubara? Huh? Kwaula. So we say every adult must produce a good or a service with a chibaro. Chibaro, if you say in Swahili, you know we need to help Swahili with na maneno ya kwetu kule bara huko. Because when you say hesabu, I don't know whether it comes out well, whether you say uchambuzi au but if